Hi there. Today's tale is a moral story, and a little bit funny as well. So, it's about glove anesthesia, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's where you can induce numbness on a part of the body through hypnosis. Last week I was untackling a horse which became spooked for one reason or another, and I held on to the reins. I was standing on the ground and I held on to the reins to hold it so that it wouldn't run away or hurt itself or hurt somebody else or that kind of thing. And I felt a twinge of pain in my hand at the time, but I'm only 5'1" and a horse is considerably taller than myself. So I put it down to bruising or maybe tendons had been hurt, that kind of thing. On the way back home, my friend is driving and I start to feel the pain in my finger. So while I'm talking to her, I begin the process of working out how much pain is there, and I see the yardstick in my head, it's an 8 out of 10, and I reduce it down to a 2 using self-hypnosis techniques. And then I decide to go for glove anesthesia and to numb the entire finger so it stops causing me pain and I can concentrate on her. So I do this, and I get home and I say I've hurt my finger to my husband, but it's okay, you know, I've hypnotised the pain down. Later on in the evening, when he has a look at that finger, as I'm worried it's starting to bruise, he prods it and presses it, and he's able to do it because I've hypnotised the pain away. And he flicks the end of the nail and he says, well, you wouldn't be able to stand the pain of that if it was broken, so don't worry about it. I'm sure it's, bruising or something. And he encourages me to go to the doctor, which of course I don't do because I'm rather busy. And that night I wake up continuously during the night and the pain rises to the surface, and I again take a measure of it, reduce it in my mind, and then invoke glove anesthesia on the hand in order to get back to sleep. Just in that one finger, mind, the one that's really killing me. Next morning I have a considerable distance to travel to see my clients. And during the day, the clients obviously notice a finger that's beginning to swell and turn a little black in parts. And one of the clients at the end of the day says to me, what are you going to do about it? And I explain that I've hypnotised the pain down. And I jokingly say, don't worry, I've given my body permission to give me pain back when I see the doctor. Anyway, as I'm driving home, the road home is actually the road to the doctor's, and by inference I think my subconscious mind said this is the road to the doctor's, and so I was going to the doctor's technically, and the pain came back so much I had to pull over a few times because I couldn't concentrate on driving. So I decided to go directly to the doctor's. I get to the doctor's and the pain's huge at this point. And sit in the doctor's surgery waiting for him, and while I'm sitting there I take a measurement of the pain, I reduce it down, and then I invoke glove anesthesia because that's what I'm so used to doing at this point, because it's been several hours now, on the second day of the pain. And I go in and see him and I say, look, I've hypnotised the pain down, and he's like, whatever, you can see it in his eyes, he doesn't really believe me. And he prods and pokes it like my husband did, and he says it's unlikely that you've broken it because you would have been screaming agony. You would have been here days ago. Go to the hospital to get an x-ray just to rule out the possibility of a fracture, but he's pretty sure there isn't one. And when I get back, not only is there a fracture in my finger, but it's a spiral fracture, and by all accounts I should have been going through the roof with pain. But I didn't, because I'd invoked glove anesthesia. So when he said, oh, you must be very tough, I said, no, I'm just pretty good at hypnosis. I think I want to add to that for everybody listening. If you're in that position, pain is your friend, and it is a good reminder that there's something wrong, and it should be looked at, and you should know exactly the source of your pain before you get rid of it. Might be a little bit safer. If I'd done that, I would have had my poor fingers seen to a couple of days before they actually were. So just a quick, the moral of this story is that yes, hypnosis is incredible and amazing, and look what I can do is ignore this kind of pain. but it has a place. So glove anesthesia has a definite place. If you're feeling pain, please go and get it seen to, and then once you know what it is, then you can reduce the pain down. Incidentally, since I know what the problem is, I took a bit of ibuprofen, I think, to reduce the inflammation, to help the body, but pretty much everything else has been hypnosis, and it's the healing will be ensured because of it. Anyway, have a lovely day. Don't do as I do, just do as I say, and I'll catch up with you on the next post.